Most people have no idea they can create beautiful, professional-looking coloring books without hiring a single editor or graphics designer. They spend hours struggling with complicated design tools or give up altogether, thinking it's too expensive or just not worth the effort. The reality is, you can now generate stunning, ready-to-publish coloring pages in minutes using free AI tools. Yes, minutes. And right now, there's a golden opportunity sitting quietly on Amazon KDP that most creators are still sleeping on. It's called Labubu. This quirky, lovable character is going viral, and both kids and adults are absolutely hooked. What makes this even more exciting is that the Labubu coloring book niche is still wide open. Hardly any real competition, and yet the demand is already building. Some early creators are making up to $2,000 a month just by publishing Labubu-themed coloring books. With Amazon KDP being completely free to use and packed with buyers who already love Labubu, this is your chance to jump in before the wave gets crowded. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly how to create your own viral Labubu coloring book using AI step by step, all by yourself in minutes. Let's get started. What we want to do is start, of course, creating our coloring pictures. I want to head over to this AI tool where you can either upload your photos and convert them to coloring pages, or you can enter any text to create any coloring page for your coloring book. And you want to go ahead and click Start Free, and you can start immediately. Click on the link in this video description to access this AI tool for free. Now, once you have logged in, what you want to do is look at the options on the left-hand side, and you want to choose the text-to-coloring page. That way, you can give this AI tool the prompt you want, and this AI tool will bring everything out for you. Now what you want to do now is to go to ChatGPT and give it this prompt. Give me 10 simple one-line prompts to generate black and white Labubu-themed coloring pages for kids, with cute, playful, and easy-to-color scenes. Get a Google document or a Word document, and you want to list out the prompts from ChatGPT that you would like in your coloring book. So, you want to create 15 or 20 images depending on the number of pages that you want in your coloring book. And I've just gone ahead to create some prompts, and you can see them here, so we're just going to go with, let's use the first two, for example, these two here, and we're going to copy that, and we're going to paste it here. Now, just for us to be exactly very clear, because AI works with detailed prompts, I'll just say, Labubu happily flying a kite on a windy day, and you want to click Generate. Now, before you click on Generate, you have this option to select from. Either you are doing it for toddlers, meaning toddlers, it will be much more basic image, cuter image. For children, a little bit more enhanced, and teenagers, of course, as it goes. And if you click this here, you can see an example. Toddlers, children, teenagers, adults. So, now what we want to do is click on toddlers, and our dimension will be 1:1 because we are going for a square size. And the next thing you want to do is generate a batch. So now you want to do 2, 3, 4, just so you can have enough options to select from, because this is AI. So, let's work with 2. Then you want to toggle on high print quality and remove watermark. Mind you, this is all only available in the premium feature, and I will be getting to that. Right, however, let us see what it will generate for us. I'm going to generate it now. It will take just a few seconds, and it will give us the generated image. Now this is the generated image, and you can choose whichever you prefer. I think I will prefer this, and you want to download it as PNG. So, depending on the amount of prompts that you have, you want to go ahead and input each of them. Now once you have done with them, you ensure you download all of them as PNG. And the next thing you want to do is take them over to Canva in order to create your coloring page. I have already done that off the camera, and we're going to be going over to Canva to input them. When it comes to coloring books, the first thing you need to do is get your coloring book specification. And one way which can help you is simply by going to the Amazon KDP site and going to the Help Topics. Under the Help Topics, you can simply choose the Set Trim Size, Bleed, and Margins, just for you to understand how you should set your coloring book specification. Some key things you should know regarding your coloring book specification are the trim size, which is the width and the length. You also want to know the bleed. Simply, a bleed is the design within the interior of the book, peeling towards the end. And you can see this one that doesn't have bleed. You can see everything is literally confined within the margin, while this one extends towards the ending part. So now, for our coloring books, we will be choosing bleed. The next thing we want to do is to choose our page size. And since we are choosing bleed, we are going to be seeing the examples of the page size that Amazon has or Amazon is helping us with. So you want to choose this, not this, because this is applicable to Japan. When you click on this drop-down button here, it will show you the page size without bleed and the page size with bleed. Now, for the purpose of our coloring page, the size we will be using is 8.5 inches by 8.5 inches, which is essentially a square. Well, now that we are doing our coloring book with bleed, we want to scroll to the bottom. And this is 8.5 by 8.5, but this is without bleeding. So the page size with bleed will be 8.625 by 8.75 inches. That is what we are going to be using for our coloring book. Now, the next thing you want to do is head over to Canva. Canva is literally a free tool where you can create all sorts of designs. And for this video, we will be utilizing Canva to create a coloring book. What you want to do is click on Create a New Design, and it will bring up this pop-up page. You want to choose Custom Size. Now, the first thing you want to do is change these units to inches. And then we want to add our dimensions, which is 8.625 by 8.75. Now, once we do that, we click Create a New Design. Another thing to take note of, or another specification required for the coloring book, is the number of pages. Now, for the purpose of this video, we will be using set pages. Now, the next thing we want to do is determine the margins. If you scroll down to that same page on Amazon, you would see the page counts, the inside gutter margins, the outside margins to use, whether you are using bleed or no bleed. Because we are using bleed and our page count is 30, which falls within this 24 to 150 pages, we are going to be utilizing this as our inside gutter margin and this as our outside gutter margin. So, for the inside gutter margin, we are going to be using 0.375 inches. I want to go back over to Canva, and you can see our margin is already showing. However, if you are not seeing this margin line here, you can simply go to File, move over to Settings, and click Show Rulers and Guides. Now, the next thing, of course, is to start fixing our margins. We want to use 0.375 just as stated. And we are just simply going to drag this. If we go a little bit more, it's just going to go all the way down, so it's better a little bit over than less. Now, one way to easily do this is to simply get a shape. We're going to add it to our design. I want to zoom this out because I want to put this shape here. And you want to click the shift icon and zoom it all the way just for it to fit this shape. So we're going to move it over, and you can see it's almost an exact fit. We're going to do that until we get an exact fit. So now that we have an exact fit, we're just simply going to move this over here and do the same thing here. We'll pull this one down until we meet the box here. We're going to do the same thing below here, and we're going to do that until we meet the box here. We're going to move it over here and, of course, pull from here until it gets here and delete. Remember, this is for bleed, and if you don't want your design to bleed, you simply use this one for the no bleed. Now that we've created our inches, the next thing for us to do is to create the number of pages we want. And just like I said, we are working with a 30-page coloring book. What we just simply want to do is duplicate, and we click this icon here and click it 30 times. That it's all set and done, the next thing we want to do is start creating our Labubu designs. Now, for our Labubu coloring book, I think the idea that I would like to use is Labubu Buddies. This page will be more of the intro page, where we want to write our title, Labubu Buddies. We're just going to go ahead and click on Text, put this here, and we're going to go with this particular font. We're going to zoom it out so it can be really bold. What we want to do, of course, is just adjust the text so it reflects that kind of coloring book page look. Now remember, this is the first page of the coloring book. The next thing we want to do, just to make it a little bit lively, is add some of the pictures that we have already created with that AI. So you want to go ahead and click on Uploads, and this is where you can upload all of the files that you have downloaded. Just to make it interesting, we can bring in one of these images to make it cute. So now we are done with the first page, just to make it look, cute. The next thing we want to do is go over to the next page. For this page, which is the back of the first page, we can just go ahead and put in our copyright here. Now that we are done with the copyright page, the next thing we want to do, which I think is proper, is to do a name page for the owner. So we can put this here, and the next thing we want to do is give a space just for the name. Now that we've done that, this is looking good. We're going to leave this next page, which is the back of this page, and go over to the next one. This is where we want to start putting our images. We can start putting them one by one, and just for each not to look bare, we can use Canva to fill in a little bit of the images. So now we've done this, the next thing is, we're going to skip one page, and we're going to do the next one until we have inserted the images on the remaining pages. Now remember, this AI tool can not only convert text into coloring pages, it can also convert photos. So if you have a photo in mind, you can put in your photo and it would definitely convert directly to your coloring page. For example, let us try to upload a photo. I'm going to make use of this photo here. We want to generate a coloring page for this. We want to preserve the faces, keep the background, and of course, remove the watermark. Then, we want to generate it. Now, you can see that our image is generated, our coloring page is generated. You may want to try creating multiple batches just to pick the one that is best suitable for you. Though it is absolutely free to try creation, and you'll get a few credits to see how it works for you. To access more of these features, you would need to subscribe. The startup plan is just $6.99 per month. If you look at the features, you can see all the access you'll get. The higher the subscription, the more features you unlock. Like I said before, I'll be leaving a link in the description where you can click and register or sign up directly on this particular site. I have gone ahead to populate the pages of our coloring book. You can see we have done everything. These were from the images we got from this AI tool. If you look closely, you can see all the images generated. Cute, amazing images. For the sake of this tutorial, I only did a few images, but you can do as much as 50 color pages for your book. Now, the next thing we want to do is save our coloring book. What we want to do is click on Share, then click on Download. Then we want to save as PDF print. Click Flatten PDF, and select Save for CMYK and download. Now, this particular option is available for Canva Pro users. However, Canva has a free 30-day trial to access the Pro version. So when you do that, you'll be able to access all of this and download your coloring book. With the coloring pages done, you can now go ahead to create your KDP book cover, upload your book, add a strong title and subtitles, use the right keywords and description, set your pricing, and publish your Labubu coloring book for free on Amazon KDP. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more AI tutorials, and drop a comment if you'd like me to share the exact prompts I use to create the Labubu coloring pages.